Welcome back to the Pergamon campaign. We're gonna jump straight into a battle here and get things kicked off right away. So the main focus in this battle is going to be dealing with their archers, since they have a lot of missile units. Fortunately, most of them are coming in by boat. I may sit back and let them come to me, just use the artillery to draw them in. I'll go ahead and wait for better conditions. Let's see. I would imagine their navy would land over here. I'm not really sure though. We'll play this side, and if the navy lands on the other side, then it'll just take them longer to get their archers in play. But for now, I do want to sit back just enough to let my artillery do the work at the beginning, kind of put a dent in their hoplite units. We'll have a nice solid line of swords out the front. And we will use these light swords to probably try and chase down some of the archers. We do have 3 units of cavalry. Since I'm not sure where their navy is going to land, I'll just deploy here for now.
By all the gods, I think I'm the luckiest man. And prospect of a glorious victory. I thank the gods for these gifts.
Okay, I don't think their archers will be able to shoot us from the sea here. Tons and tons of missile units. Let's actually bring these guys back over to this side here. That way we can kind of catch them with the cavalry and then trap them with the swords. At least that's the goal. Some particularly inaccurate artillery fire there, but we did get one hit. Let's go ahead and tell the artillery to change targets, and while they're charging out to meet me, I'm actually going to just run forward a little bit here and get the engagement started. I'm going to pull these guys in a bit tighter, just so they don't get overwhelmed by cavalry.
At your service.
I'm just going to have the artillery fire on that clump of land for the time being. Okay, their hoplites will come into view and come under fire shortly.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, I do want to wait for all of them to land, so even if that means one unit gets to sit around and shoot us for a while, that's gonna just have to be okay, I think.
Chosen swords! Chosen swords!
Okay, let's try and envelop these units quickly and just get them off the field. That is not what I want. I want my guys throwing javelins at my guys. Okay, most of their navy still has not landed. Let's start moving the cavalry a little bit closer. Okay, here we go. That'll get the majority of them on the field. Let's go ahead and just, actually, let's work around the flank a little bit further here. Let's keep these swordsmen up by the spears so they can support each other. Okay, now it's time for the cavalry to go in. Go ahead and tell these guys to go over here and just pin down those couple of units. Looks like our front line is doing okay for now. Probably are going to need some more help on the front line though, so let's keep rotating some troops. Our artillery's almost out of ammo, so there's not much sense in telling it to change targets. Let's run these spears forward and have them engage. We are going to get wrapped up here a little bit, it looks like.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
These spears can start retreating back to the main line.
Melee troops awaiting orders.
Okay, cavalry is doing cavalry's job.
Ready and waiting. Ready. By your command. Ready for orders. Ready yourselves.
Our general is under attack.
Okay, they got a charge on my general. That's actually kind of bad. I need to get some troops back here to help out the general. So my general's strong, but he's not going to be that strong. Maybe we can just break them real quick. Okay, the cavalry can go ahead and start pulling out of a lot of these engagements.
Swords! Spears! General, by your command!
There's a good chance we're going to lose this general here.
The men are wavering.
Cavalry! Missiles!
You guys go ahead and try and pull out of there. The rest of you just need to start getting involved.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Okay, our general managed to deal with that last unit of cavalry, so we can start moving all of the infantry forward to engage now. Probably better if you guys stopped shooting into that mix. Let's work you around the flank a little bit more before we charge you in. These guys are pretty much screwed, unless we can break this unit real quick. Okay, they do have another unit of cavalry. Let's pull the general back and kind of shield him a bit. Okay, we broke that unit. We can start to send some support into these guys. You guys stop. You're not going to get much bracing against that, but it's a weakened unit, so hopefully they don't get too strong of a charge off. Okay, we're starting to wrap up some of these units out here. Enemy general is dead. Our general is almost dead. Okay, let's spread out a little bit here. Actually, we've got 2 units of swords over here that we can use. So you guys can just get to the middle.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
That ought to be you guys.
Orders! Ballista! By your command! Orders!
Give an attack order on them just to chase them off for a little bit. Nah, it didn't work.
Ready for orders.
Okay, still have a lot of hoplites to deal with, so this is not over yet. You guys can go ahead and back out of that. You're not winning that engagement.
Chosen swords! Swords! Chosen swords! Swords! Engage! Warrior spears! The brave ready for orders!
Okay, let's bring the general over more towards the center of our line. Let's make sure our guys on the front line are at least mostly healthy. Can we get a war cry this far up? Yep. Okay, and that should pretty much be the battle. I never even charged these guys in the rear like I meant to, but, you know, they should start to rout soon anyway.
Melee infantry ready! Swords! Chosen swords!
Now that we got them surrounded, outnumbered, they should collapse. And we'll just let our guys mop them up, and that's it. Alright, so a bit of a messy one, but looks like most of our troops came out pretty healthy. We kept their archers from doing too much damage, which is good. Let's see, that's our first settlement in the province. Go ahead and loot it. And if I remember right, we were basically at the end of this turn. Alright, in terms of naval forces, these guys are basically spent. They have, between the two navies, they have not quite a full stack, and I'm pretty confident that my garrisons are healthy enough to hold off a full stack, so I can start disbanding and moving these armies around now. I'm gonna start off by just disbanding. Are those Rhodian slingers? I'm actually halfway tempted to keep these ones, but whatever. We'll start off by disbanding just most of the troops, just to keep our costs down. We still have some forces here, so that's good. Alright. So let's just make sure our agents are deployed, and then we'll do a check through all of our land holdings to see what we need to improve. Go for the public order there. Alright, things look good with our armies. Now over here, let's see. We're just going to let that one settle down a little bit for now. Over here, all of our construction's complete, and we're at -3 public order. So the first thing we ought to do is get some public order going. The way I'm going to do that is actually by dismantling this. And I know we lose 10 food by doing that, but we can replace it with the irrigation ditches. And we're going to convert this over to, I think, a dock. We'll go with a dry dock, because we already have a shipwright here, or docks here. Syria. The only thing left that's constructing right now is the public order. That should put us up in the positive a little bit further. Let's get some more food started. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and upgrade all of that. Tush public order's looking good. We've got plenty of food. Let's go ahead and upgrade this as well. Probably just gonna spend like all of my money this turn. That's okay. Public order's not great there. Well, it's not bad, but it's still not in the positive, so I'm gonna hold off on anything else there for now. Leave Hellas alone. Still doing a ton of construction there, so we'll let that one just play itself out for the time being. And that should be all for this turn. Loyalty looks good. Alright. I never really care if my agents get exposed. Let's actually go ahead and just, I'm going to read through this real quick. I'm not going to read it out loud for you guys, but this way you guys can read through it as well, because this stuff is actually interesting to me. Well, alright. So we've got ourselves a new character. Right off the bat, I want to adopt him. Second thing I want to do is get him married, so we will throw some money at the other political parties and get him married as soon as we can. Alright, now here, step 1 is always food, step 2 is always sanitation or public order. I'm actually going to go with the public order first here. I'm not going to upgrade that. Well, yeah, I am, because it'll take longer to finish that than it will to get the food on the go. Let these guys just hang out and replenish for the time being. We will march Funky's fieldmen. We'll bring Funky's fieldmen here. I may actually try a naval assault on that city, we'll see. Over here, what are we going up against? A ton of archers, a couple of hoplites, and a ton of archers, and we have quite a bit of cavalry and units with shields, so we should be alright to take this on. I mean, I guess I don't really plan on having my troops wait to regain their fatigue, but The cavalry's going to be busy in this battle, so I'd like to give them the opportunity to recover some of their fatigue, if I can. I don't love how these trees are set up. Let's actually go ahead and take this little mound. Put the Georgian infantry in the front line and support them on the flanks with the levies. Kind of use the same tactics as we did for the last battle. And we'll send these guys out to deal with the archers. Our cavalry can actually probably handle most of it, so I may keep 2 of these units in reserve here. We'll see if we can actually just hide them in the forest.
Melee infantry ready. Ballista. On watch.
All right. Now it's possible that they could land a bunch of their ships back here, but I don't think they will. Okay, so they do have a heavy melee general in the fleet, so I will need to bring the axemen over to deal with that. But everything else should have been archers. I should have put the artillery a little bit further forward so that we could shoot into that blob. I'm actually gonna see if we can adjust our positioning a little bit and take advantage of that.
As you wish. Ballista. Orders understood.
Of course, it may already be too late, who knows. I may actually just try and rush these guys down and overwhelm them. Artillery's almost in position, but we are kind of losing our opportunity here. Okay, I think I'm actually going to need more support on this side against the cavalry. Alright, time to make a move.
As you command. Ready and waiting. Ready for orders.
Cavalry, you can start out just at a trot. Okay, should still be having reasonably good effect with the artillery there. Cavalry, time to go. You guys, time to go. I'll actually bring 1 unit up here. Well, we'll go like that and just kind of support our flanks a little bit while we make this push. Okay, I've been too slow on the cavalry movement.
Warriors eager for blood. Game of cavalry. By your command. Your orders. Yours to command. What are your orders?
Way too slow with the cavalry. But you know what, we don't want to be fighting in here too much while they can still shoot us in the back.
Our general is under attack.
Yeah, general's under attack, that's just fine.
At your service. At your service.
Okay, as long as the rest of those ships go land, we'll be okay. Okay, artillery, go ahead and cease fire, change targets to, I guess, their missiles.
We await your command. Ready troops.
Oh,
Ready men.
okay, so they did decide to come and hit our axemen.
Step lancers.
Okay, we need to not sit still here.
Riders forward. Your orders.
I do want to pull away from the shore because they are starting to shoot us pretty hard here. General, go ahead and back out of that. The rest of the cavalry try and pull through it.
We hunger blood and metal.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
It's your command. Melee cavalry. We understand. We await your orders.
Okay, you guys have dealt with your target. Keep rotating the rest of you around. They are bringing the cavalry out to the side.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, archers, guard mode, and focus fire on enemy missile units.
Ready and waiting.
It's okay if they shoot the axemen a whole bunch. I mean, it's not great, but it's okay. As long as we're chasing down these archers. Okay, let's pull back away from the archers now.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Ready for orders. Commander. Yes, Commander.
Okay, it's another unit dealt with. Change targets. Artillery's basically out of ammo at this point.
We await your orders.
Let's start engaging their infantry.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Their cavalry's still hanging out around back here, so let's just protect the artillery. Okay, we do need to pull a little bit farther in order to... we're letting our general get shot to bits here too. We need to move a little bit further in to get out of range of their missiles. We need to pull some of our cavalry back just so they don't get shot to ribbons. I want to get these 3 units back out and around to engage the rest of their archers.
Infantry at your command. By your command. What are your orders? Melee infantry at the ready. Where's your command? General. We have no.
Come on, gentlemen. Okay, you guys need to turn around and hold down that melee infantry general. Okay, pull back away from the general enough that you can get through.
Ready for orders.
Okay, archers hit that unit now. We're still protecting our flank over here. General, go ahead and get a charge. Cavalry start to charge through.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, we could do with some support over there. This is where we start to take some heavy damage here. If we don't make a quick move on their archers. Okay, still need some support with that unit.
What are your orders? Lancers!
Alright, things are looking good. Their cavalry is still just charging into our levies, which are actually holding up really well. I'm happy with that. Archers are starting to run out of ammo. We'll just let them use their ammo, that's okay. Do you know what, actually... No, yeah, keep rotating around like that.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
As soon as that unit goes away, we need to charge over here.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Try and just quickly overwhelm that unit. We'll send the rest of you guys back. You guys turn around. So we do still need to kill that cavalry.
Ready for orders.
Okay, winning decisively up here. Did not get a charge bonus over there. Let's go ahead and back out of that engagement.
We await your command. Orders. Yours to command. What are your orders? Engage the cavalry.
Okay, cavalry has done its job. Start moving around to help out with the enemy cavalry.
Your command. Double time.
You guys just go ahead and start moving forward.
Awaiting orders. General. Orders. Axiarchos. Melee infantry. By your command.
Oh, they are going to get a charge on our archers. Okay, they routed right when it happened, so that's good. Let's just end it. I don't know if the kills from that charge actually even had time to go into effect since the battle ended when it did. These levies actually did a pretty decent job at holding up against the cavalry charges. I mean, obviously they didn't get a ton of kills, but the kills they did get were cavalry, and it was kills on cavalry that was charging them, so that's still pretty respectable. What have they got here? Let's just occupy it.
Waiting for orders. At your command.
Convert that. Let's see, that should be plenty of food. Do you know what? We need one of these buildings to be... Yeah, we'll go for sanitation here. And we'll switch this over to a farm instead. And then we'll also get a fishing port there.
We hunger for battle.
Okay, losses when besieging and morale during offensive battles. Oh, these guys are supposed to loot settlements though. I should have remembered that. We'll give them the campaign movement range and veteran hoplites. That'd be cool. You know what? That actually is a good idea. Because we're going to be swapping out a lot of these axe units for thorax swords eventually anyway. And since that's experience rank for all recruits, not just for hoplites, even though the name is for hoplites, that might be good. Of course, the alternative is just make them better at fighting. We'll go with Frontier Conquerors, actually. Some extra missile damage is a good idea. Unfortunately, we didn't quite chase down enough of the fleet to destroy it, but it's so heavily damaged that it won't be able to do anything anyway.
Ready for orders.
I'm actually going to pop Grumpy's Guard. Actually, you know what? They're showing me. What I was going to say is I'll put Funky's Fieldmen in here and then launch a naval assault, but
Commander.
Grumpy's Guard wouldn't have the range to get on land on their own. I don't dare put them in the water because I don't want these fleets to come and attack me
We hunger for
and
battle.
be able to sink any of my boats basically for free, so I think we are going to have to march all the way out and around. That's alright. Let's see. I mean, that is a young general. And a young faction leader, too. Let's just make sure my generals all have full households. Where is this guy?
Ready for battle.
Okay, so he doesn't really need anything, so we're just going to disband him soon anyway, but we'll leave that as it is for now. Once we, well, I should get this started immediately. Once I finish up this war with Samaria, I may just kind of hang out and sit still for a little bit. Because I really need to get my public order sorted out. And I've been saying that for, I don't know, 8 episodes now, but pressing my advantage has made this offensive really, really easy up here because they haven't had time to recruit any new armies. But once we can wrap that up, I think I'll spend some time to just let the economy stabilize, let our slave population decline a bit, and get some public order on the go. Especially because I think the next war I'm going to do is going to be against these guys, and that's going to be a nightmare. Because we all know how much the nomads are a pain in the butt. Alright. Spies. Go ahead and steal a bit of food while you're here. You keep wandering on down this way. I haven't increased an Imperium, have I? not yet. So we're almost maxed out on armies, which is not great. I should probably start raising a fleet somewhere as well. Once we get that building completed, I'll have to start thinking about raising a fleet in Bithynia.
At your command.
Alright, that should be all for this turn. Now we're going to have a couple of boring turns while I'm just moving armies up to take that last settlement. And I'm just waiting for some construction to happen so I can start recruiting better units. So we've had a couple of episodes with battle after battle after battle, but now it's going to slow down again for a little bit.
A token, perhaps a modest gift of coin.
I have an opportunity to gain some prosperity here. A miner has come across a rich deposit of ore in the hills not far from one of your mines. Okay, expand the mines. I don't see any disadvantage in that.
My wits and words
Unless we
are
randomly
yours.
unearth some plague. But I don't think that's really a thing in this game. So we could do with selling some slaves up here, but I think once we get these temples constructed, we won't need to bother with that just yet. In the meantime, let's start marching north.
We hunger for battle.
I'm just going to hold these guys in place for now. I think it would be better to just make sure we don't randomly get counterattacked, because our garrison is probably still quite weak. Of course, that's just one. Yeah, we can go ahead and march.
Your command.
We need to make sure we stay on the roads so we don't take attrition.
Advance. You have further orders? At once.
Oops, I forgot about that. I did mean to try and get military access with these guys.
My time is better spent feasting and hunting than listening.
But if they're not going to accept it, they're not going to accept it, and I'm not going to force it. Just as long as they don't declare war on me, because they do have, I think, like 2 full stack armies over here. Now, I do need to start rotating troops this direction. So let's see, have we got any good counters to nomads? Not really.
Commander.
Hoplites could be kind of a decent counter as if they're backed by a lot of missile troops, just because hoplites can be really, really tanky.
Ready for orders.
Yeah, let's go ahead and pick up some Thureos cavalry. I guess that's going to be our best option here. Trapezus has enough population to handle that, I suppose. We no longer need to be so cautious in defending our ports.
We hunger for battle.
Okay, Scythian horse archers, don't mind if I do. Now I'll probably just merge all of these missile units into one army. See, the danger is if I just go skirmish cav, my skirmish cav won't be as good as theirs. So I have to beat them by doing something a little bit different, and I think what I'm going to do different is use more archers. But if I'm going to have archers, I need some kind of infantry to protect them. Another option is actually to recruit, let's see. Yeah, let's actually drop one, let's drop 2 of these guys off, and we can pick up some, oh, we actually can't recruit it yet. I was going to say recruit some scorpions, because they do really, really well against cavalry. But we can't get that until the next tier. I am going to have to bump my tax rate back up just because I want my income to stay high. And I think that's about all I need to do this turn. Now I'm moving both of these armies over here because kind of my plan right now is to get 2 or 3 skirmish armies available in this region and hopefully line up so that I can just take out the Scythians right off the bat. And then between these 2 armies I can take both Pantacapion and Garros relatively quickly, one after the other. So that's the plan. We'll see if it works. Now, out of the blue, let's see if there's any more Confederation available to us. I wouldn't expect there to be.
Speaking as will please.
Although, to be honest, I'm not really sure why they don't want to confederate. So it's not a case of money still, it's just that Sparta doesn't like me very much.
Welcome,
they like me,
welcome.
But not enough.
In a spirit of Olympian hospitality, I welcome you and will listen with care.
Might be because they're just not at war with anyone. Because Athens doesn't have any active wars, neither does Sparta. What I might need to do... why don't these guys like the Romans? Just expansionism. What I might need to do is break things off with these guys. Because I wouldn't be too surprised if Rome goes to war with them soon. Rome has a ton of other wars going on right now, but they're such expansionists that I could still see it happening.
The day's greetings to you. Speak.
Alright, well, we've grown quite considerably in size. We're picking up some fairly wealthy regions. So we're making good progress, but we're still not at a point where we could handle Rome confidently and manage our other front lines. So I'm going to be really cautious about starting that war with the Scythians. Okay, this guy can get married now. Let's have that happen sooner rather than later. Go ahead and give her cunning and the research rate bonus. We'll give this guy, he'll probably be, what is the purpose of this one? He'll probably end up being a general, but I don't know yet, so for now we'll just make him a treasurer. Alright, we'll end the turn.
Will you not look to the future and... Do not look for an answer to my words at the bottom of a wine cup, friend.
See, I'm thinking about going and destroying these guys soon anyway. So I don't really see any benefit in further diplomacy with them beyond trade. Good, extra 10% wealth from all sources. Holy cow, our income is bad right now.
At your command.
I'm actually going to hold off on spending any more
Ready
money
for orders.
until we can get the...
At once. Ready for orders.
what's it called?
Make haste, men.
Until I can get some more income on the go. Wait for some of these buildings to finish because I want to save up that treasury in case things start to go south on us economically. Over here, you guys are moving forward. You guys are moving forward. I don't think I need this guy as a general anymore,
We hunger for battle.
even though he is providing us some decent benefits here. Well, really not that much. I'm just going to go ahead and disband this guy, I think. We'll give him that, and I don't know, the Empire Maintenance Reduction, but then we're just going to disband him. That's not good, because these guys I was hoping to kind of maintain non-aggression with. It's unfortunate that I can't check where, where that was.
Commander. Advance. Ready for battle.
Alright, what research am I working on? Okay, so I will be able to get Scorpions relatively soon. I do need to keep picking up more skirmish cavalry. I should also pick up some melee cavalry while I'm at it.
We hunger for battle.
Let's see, that's 5 plus 7.
Ready for orders.
5 plus 14 is 19 plus a general, so that should be all the recruitment we need to do. And then we can just use infantry backups, I guess. I don't know. We'll sort out which army is going to be where in a moment, but not yet. Okay, public order is finally starting to look pretty good across the board. You know what, does that give us public order? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that now, because it gives us public order and sanitation. Had a rebellion here. Oh, the enemy army retreating will have been these guys attacking the rebels. And the rebels ran away, but obviously Egypt probably still chased them down and then went back. Alright, so that's fine. Alright, that should be all I need to do this turn. They are trying to recruit another army. What kind of garrison do they have? So they do have a pretty healthy garrison, but nothing to be overly worried about. Alright. Loyalty looks decent. It could be better, but it looks okay. The other thing I need to do is start building up my factional influence. So spend a little money and have you gain some support. We lose a little loyalty, but that's okay.
Can you not see? Together, our armies could be nigh invincible.
It shocks me that the Seleucids aren't out of the game yet. Damn it. Since it's all archers and I don't really have healthy enough cavalry, I'm just gonna have to give this one up, I think. That's super annoying. It's a whole bunch of money wasted on that city. All because I got too greedy and wanted to start moving forward. Stupid, stupid, stupid of me.
The love of gold can stir
I wouldn't
evil
mind
men.
non-aggression with
Give us
them,
your gold.
but I don't
Avoid
want to
the
pay
evil
for it.
brings.
Because that diplomatic situation up in the northeast is actually something I need to check on. Alright, well that set us back a couple of turns, but it is what it is. At least now we've dealt with the fleet, we can just go ahead and occupy it. Actually, since I just occupied this settlement, that really didn't lose me too much money. It looks like it lost me 1,200 for that building, and that's it. So that's not as bad as I thought. That's actually a really healthy garrison with a lot of missile units.
We hunger for battle.
Alright, let's look at this diplomatic situation up here.
Are you brave
I have
or
non-aggression
foolish?
with them, but they just went to war with my client state. My client state is looking pretty weak right now. So it is possible that I could try and rush them real quick.
Gathering supplies. Make haste, men.
Just get rid of these guys.
We hunger for battle.
Okay, so we actually have some infantry here. The infantry here doesn't really complement each other.
At your command. March.
But for now, it is what it is. I wonder if Peltus would be a better option. Because they can do really high damage. They can do reasonably well in melee. But probably, I think realistically, slingers would be the best option just because they have so much ammo. We'll go ahead and hold off on that one for a little bit longer. I am going to break my client state treaty over here, though.
Well met, friend. Sit and let your... I will pray to the gods.
because I really don't
and
want
hold
these
their
guys to
watch
hate me.
over you from this day on.
I don't want to start a war with the nomads just yet. I'm not quite ready. Okay, I don't really need you to be wandering around that far north at the moment. And other than that, we're pretty much just waiting for our forces to move forward and for a little bit more construction to happen so we can start getting a navy. You know what, I'm going to go ahead and end the episode on this note. And we'll get started next time. Next episode, we should be able to wipe out the Sumerians, or at the very least, take their final settlement. And then we will potentially be starting the wars with the nomads. I don't know. I never look forward to fighting them because they're just annoying armies. But we will see what we can do to make it less annoying. The nice thing is, doing it this early should make it a lot easier because they haven't had as much time to build up and take a lot of land. But yeah, we'll call that good for this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one.